Well, there was no tactical edge for FaZe at all, but at least they can display their standard setups here. We'll see if anyone can step up at all, as Astralis are not slowing down at any point in this game whatsoever. We'll get into the pistol right now. We'll have a look at the bars as they come through. There is a defuse kit for Brokey as the smoke as well. HE grenade for Rain has got the CZ. He'll be playing on top of the hut, looking to gun down a fast approach towards that upper bomb site, but most teams do favor towards outside. Not this round. There'll be 2 Molotovs on the Astralis side here, so what kind of execution have they got in mind? We'll have a look as they posture towards that squeaky door. 4 players on the other side, so maybe a Molotov on top of the hut from the T roof, indeed, and then maybe a vent dive map.
It's possible. It's certainly one option that Astralis can bring to the table. The smoke goes down, they are through the door and inside of the vent. The bomb, however, in Zipic's hands, was the last one down. It did make it, but just barely. I thought for a moment that he was going to get caught as they started to bring the attention toward the door. Ramp. 3 players there. Nico went back toward lobby. I thought maybe he would just take with his 2 teammates back toward the lower site directly, but he wants to try and catch out a flank, a rotation, a lurk, and it's actually potentially going to be, well, I was going to say Zipic's that he's fine, but costly because he's late now getting back to it. Claims the one up above, excuse me. Nonetheless, but just inside of the vents, he gets taken down in the exact second that happened. Dupree found Brokey, and Cold Zero got Dupree a chance now for the first round in this series for FaZe. They haven't got a kit, but they're on the defuse, and they've got Zipix at the door. There should be just enough time. No, they're off it. They're off it. They are off it. Astralis is going to go 17-0 to start this series, even with 3 players left alive.
It was Brokey that had the kit, the only player, and it was nowhere near the bomb. Astralis, even though it was a 3 versus 1, come out on top there. What we expected, the Molotov on top of the hut, the smoke towards main entrance, to drop down. Olofmeister, he got a frag through the smoke. It was looking good for them. The retake was successful. 3 players alive, but the time just wasn't there. An absolute nightmare to kick things off here on Nuke, and they're going to force buy in the second round as well. This does not bode well at all. They need this round to go in their favor. We said it in the first map. They are masters of winning the second round force buy, but it's so difficult on the CT side of Nuke. A ramp rush doesn't normally work out, to be fair with you, and we'll see whether that nade will connect. Zipek's already low. He'll take a bit more damage, but they have broken through towards the ramp.
Brokey, desperate to get back inside the doors before they arrive, gets himself an angle with the scout towards the entrance of the site. Molotov's going to go deep. He just barely beats the spread of the flames, but he will not beat Device, who chased it. Forced him back into the corner. He thought he was safe. Didn't realize with the noise and chaos that Device was hot on his heels. Dupree at the open door with the smoke down, nearly got a chance to find Rain. Low HP for both Zipix and Glaive. Just to note as well, they're behind the silo for Zipix, so he's got safety. He'll play off his teammates.
That smoke is brutal towards the steps there. They got 1 kit once again, and with the bomb down, it's already a halfway. You might as well just fall back, and that's what FaZe will have to do here. They'll get another chance at the force buy in the next round with these 4 safe weapons. It's going to be Deagles, Scouts, and a UMP, but still another successful round there. Not dropping a single player. Astralis took 2 tags with the Scout at the start. It was looking like there was something there for FaZe, but still, it's going to be 2-0 for Astralis here, continuing their perfect run. It's now going to be 18-0 over both maps.
It's absolutely true. It's not untrue, but I'm scared to count that because there's a very significant break between them, but it's also, geez, man, it's demoralizing if you're FaZe. They certainly won't be counting it.
Well then, the Scouts do make it to the next round. Still a solid chance of winning it with the 3 MAC-10s, 2 UMPs. No real firepower on the Astralis side. They went towards ramp before, successfully broke through, but if one of those scout shots with a headshot could have been a different story. This time heading towards outside with the smokes here. Olofmeister towards main entrance, looking to take anyone down towards squeaky door. He's set the flames, and Zipex will finish things off there. Lovely shot with the MAC-10, and he does significant damage towards Rain as well.
Tag down to 53 Device, but Glaive, good timing on the flank. He's gonna follow it up, find Rain as well. Yeah, I know there's no guns. We're still sitting and waiting for FaZe to bring out the weapons, but even still, it's great positioning and awareness from Glaive. Nico will at least pull back onto him. But a bomb plant already, just the man advantage, but they seem content to chase, and they know exactly where the 2 remaining players are.
They might as well, right? They've got these MAC-10s at this point. It's still going to farm money. You wanted to remove absolutely everything, especially the armor from FaZe. Make sure they have to really invest into that next round. Nico hitting some stunning shots here, but still, Astralis still forcing that issue. They've confirmed the round of this one. It is going to be a 3-0 start for them. A UMP and a MAC-10 to defend. Nico already have 2 kills. He'll have a UMP, which is viable on a gun round, so might as well hold on to that. The hunt has ceased. And at this point, the bomb will be exploding. We'll see Nico, will he be able to find another frag here? Might be a chance towards Magus, but we'll see them scamper away, and it's going to be a clean start here for Astralis on the T side. Now you would say 3-0. They're pretty much happy with this. They've got a great start here on the T side of Nuke. 5 rounds is enough to operate with on the T side, so fantastic stuff from them. Olaf Meister will bring out the AWP in the first gun round here, yet to post around in this semi-final. We get into the rifles now. Krieg's had to come out, of course. A couple of AKs into the mix, no AWP on the T side. Great shots from Nico. Didn't really see him land a single one on Dust 2, to be honest with you.
And if we want to look for some positive sides, I mean, sure, they lost the pistol. They're down 3-0. It's Nuke, fair enough. He's hitting shots. That's more kills than he had some 9 rounds into the...
Yeah, he was 1 of 9.
First game. In fact, kills right now favor Nico and Olaf. They're both on 3. Magisk tops the scoreboard with 0, but it's bomb plants that put him at 9 points overall. Look at Glaive already downstairs. It's not like Astralis have won this game on kills, I guess is the point. But Glaive, great position. They don't even know it, ramp. They've got no idea. He's going to sneak out. This is a kill, if not 2. First one's done. Player on ramp can't go for the drop and refrag. He's got to hold his nerve, and that's exactly what Brokey does. But yesterday, he didn't have a lot of pressure on him. In this position today, he will, and he stands up to it. They didn't expect the second man.
You're absolutely right there. They went through towards the ramp and Brokey holds his nerve. That was surprising. Where's the communication that a player went down towards the fence? Both of them fixated towards the ramp from itself, not even aware the flank could be coming through, but still it's a 4 versus 2 as Reign opened things up towards the squeaky door. They've got to convert this round. There's still a buy available for Astralis to give this one up. At this point, just causing financial damage would be enough. Glaive still waits towards low end. Here comes Device. He goes down. Glaive now, all he can really do is look for headshots, and FaZe to be very careful. They can't afford to give any more kills away. First round coming in for FaZe. There it is.
Look at Yanko. He's loving it. They're on the board. Hey, have some fun about it, but now get focused because they need to not let rounds slip away to a team that is very capable of capitalizing on mistakes. And you're right, it was interesting to see the lack of communication, but Glaive getting a single kill with no response from the man up above, Brocky. He might have expected that it was clean, and the 2 players walked in, checked the off angle rather than on the ramp itself. That gave them the 2 kills they needed, as you can look back at it, to win out the rounds. And you can see they immediately checked right, because in theory, Glaive had already cleared the left side on entry. Nico smoked down, trying to play inside of it. They'll spam. We saw yesterday how good he was reverse box right here. He found about 5 kills total in the half from players walking by and not expecting him to be there.
Yeah, but he has to fall back now. Those spam shots do take him down to 46, so he can't stay there for too long. Still at 5 on 5 for now, but Nico's low.
I want to point out, by the way, what Glaive said to Frankie in the interview. Yesterday, the team went to the Great Wall. By the way, Device, scared of heights, didn't take the cable car.
Yeah.
I can tell you from
How long does that take?
Oh my, the cable car's really short, but to walk up that, it's steep, man. That's a workout just to get to the wall. So, yeah, made it the hard way. But Glaive stayed home to prepare. Part of that would be watching the other games that they wouldn't have been able to do so had they all gone. So good for him. And as the reason I say that is because if he saw the games yesterday, he would know that Nico was playing that position behind the smoke. Probably why they started to spam into it in that round.
Well, for now,
or this round, I should say.
Yeah, 4 on 4. Brokey aware of the possibility of lower this time. Eyes towards that position. Cold Zero at the Krieg on the CT side here. Same story for Reign as Astralis posture towards the lobby. They still have only actually 1 smoke and a couple of flashbangs here as Device with his AWP works towards lower. Much slower pacing this time. They're running out of time. 30 seconds remain. And what's the final commitment here? Down the vents.
Oh, that's your teammate.
Come on.
Perhaps he's just expecting they're going to get through at this point, but either way, they've got the man advantage. Again, Zipix, however, pulls that back. They're in the lower sight. Olaf desperate to try and pull him back with the AWP. We'll switch over to the AK. Close plant for Dupree. He was not in any position to be spotted out by a player at ramp, and Olaf's going to hold. He's got to buy some time for his teammates to get into position. All 3, 1 approach, 2 doors to get through. Dupree watches the right side. Device from the doors watches the left, and Zipix has the hallways behind, but Dupree's going to get the information. They're all there. Oh, this is perfect. They're not going to expect at all that a player is pushing through the windows, but it's the AWP. Device can't afford to go through and miss the shot. It's going to come to a one-on-one. AWP, and Cold's even anticipating that he might be behind that smoke because he's not peeked from anywhere else. Oh, I think he knows. He absolutely knows. Tag in from a pistol. He just wants to keep him off the bomb. Device has to stay alive. There's not enough time. Astralis will get their 4th.
coldzera will save the AWP, but it's another brilliant position there from Astralis. They had a man disadvantage at that point. They lost the first pick. They bided their time, though. They made sure their device was ready towards lower, making sure that position was clear. The only threat was from that ramp room. They go down towards the vent. They only had one smoke remaining, a few flashbangs. Smoking towards main entrance. Absolute chaos ensues towards upper. coldzera shooting all off Meister. And once that bomb's planted, they had to try and deny the plant. The AWP and the cross, it only tags the player who had the bomb there. So that was unfortunate. Had he made that kill, could have been a different story. But a difficult round for them to digest. It goes 4-1, and here comes the upper rush. It's the MAC-10 leading the charge here. Reigns got his work cut out for him. coldzera will join him. They're not looking in the right position at all. Two players go down. The smokes have plumed, and that might be the round in itself. It's done.
Yeah, it is. Magist comes in running and gunning with the MAC-10 just in case anyone was up close, but they've got to save again. Olaf takes the off. Brokey heads back out so that they won't be Brokey in the next rounds. Wasn't as good as your broken one.
It was pretty good, though.
Oh, thanks.
I respect it.
Thanks, man. But it has to be another save, so.
Well, that's a great call, though. If you think about it, you know the money's low there, and FaZe have got enough to buy with the AWP save. They won't have all the incendiaries, for example. They won't have the HEs to stop a rush. You just get in there with the MAC-10s, close range. They weren't even looking at the HUD at that point. No flames were down, and it's another great call there from Glaive. He is just presenting a perfect game so far on the Astralis side. They've only given up one round and two maps so far as we head into round number 7. Trying to take down all of the FaZe players on their way. Glaive will take down Nico, Olaf Meister and Brokey. Clutch onto their weapons here. It's going to be the AWP and the Krieg save, but still, they've got 5 rounds. We said that's enough to operate with. It's serviceable on the T side. So anything at this point is just going to be a bonus round, and the money's going to be very low indeed on the FaZe side. They'll take the timeout. They used almost all of them in the first half of Dust 2. Similar scenes here.
Yeah, and it's the CT side of Nuke.
Exactly.
Again, I'll go back to the point that in this tournament so far, it has actually played out more evenly than you'd expect.
Yes. But after what we just saw.
That and after you combine, I suppose this is where I was going. After what we just saw, plus in your head, you know it's supposed to be a CT-sided map.
Yes,
you're definitely going to panic right away. Even if, you know, they won the first map, you might say, okay, listen, you know, T-sides have been decent. Not right now. They can't afford that. It's going to be in their heads.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, logic dictates this through the history of Nuke CT-sided. Even if that stat's not true, you're just going to be, that's cemented in your mind still. And if it's still you're getting battered and bruised like this, you're not really getting close to the rounds, it's still going to be disappointing and difficult to recover from. But still, the money's okay. They are saving a decent amount of weapons each time. Olaf Meister said that AWP twice now, but it's not really having a massive amount of impact. Astralis just calling the perfect game at this stage. We get into round number 7. Can they find some form? Olaf goes towards outside, but the flashes and the flames are coming through. Smokes have been deployed. He has to go with his opening pick, but it doesn't work out for him. Glaive, just a master of the outside area, takes down the AWP straight away there. We're in the first few seconds of the round. There's no backup. It was an audacious play from Olaf Meister. He needed to find that pick, and he gets nothing for it. Nico now, known to play towards the main entrance. He'll fall back. coldzera looking to back things up as well. He's towards heaven. Is there any sort of reactive play here from the CTs? There's not really much they can do.
Just to note, even at a 1-5 scoreline, Cold and Nico lead the way for frags.
On the server in general?
Yes.
That is a weird stat, considering this could potentially be 6-1 against them.
Yeah, and it's very different than Dust 2, where they didn't get any kills at all. They're still finding frags. They just aren't getting rounds. And to that end, it's been 5 bomb detonations that have won these rounds. Keep in mind the pistol, 3 of them were surviving. At the end, they actually won the kill total by 5-2 in that round. Brokey, that's a little better. He'll shut down both Device and Dupree. It's been the bombs for Astralis that's been winning this out. 0 kills, by the way, from Magisk still, and he's been the planter in most cases. This time he's gonna have to try and recover. Xyp9x will give him the access back to it by finding a kill through Speedway, and it's Glaive that's inside of the vents down below. Presumably that means they will go back toward the ramp. Rain could catch them, but it's an MP9. He doesn't have the range to catch off the bomb jumping down.
And that's valuable information now for Astralis. They know at least one player is in towards the lobby. They might as well try and... Oh, this is so good from Glaive. They can't even drop down there now. What's their point of access? How do they get towards the lower bomb side? They have to go all the way around secret. Can they even afford to do that with the time remaining? We'll find out. They pick up the AWP again, but Rain's down to 5 HP. I don't think they're going for it again. They have to let this one slip by the wayside.
We call Counter-Strike, gaming in general, this isn't meant to, a lot of the esports, it's 4D chess. That's checkmate. You hold that vent, right. You just sit there and say, hey, I'm here. You guys can go ramp, do the rest of it. I've got everything else covered off. That is checkmate in that round.
Yeah, Glaive was down towards lower very quickly. He took down Olofmeister. He always helps himself towards Secret. Then he gets in towards the vents. They know Brokey's playing towards the... He's the ramp player, right? He's got 2 kills at Heaven. You know lower, you can confirm that. It's normally Olofmeister and Brokey towards ramp right, if ever. And at that point, you've taken on Olofmeister. Brokey's towards Heaven. Lower's presumably clear, right? With Glaive in the vents, they're not going to have any rotation. They can't get down the vents. Rain's got an MP9 in lobby. It's a masterclass in Counter-Strike there. With 30 seconds remaining as well, no panic, very calm, get the bomb planted, and you know that was just over. FaZe knew it as well, they couldn't go for it. 6-1 down, they've picked up 1 single round over 2 maps, we enter round 8 of the second. They still have money, they are being disciplined, they're saving their cash at least, but need to start posting some rounds at this stage. It's not over yet, but this does not look good.
Yeah, 21-17, the kills in favor of FaZe, despite the scoreline, just to keep note of that. Olaf waits, smoke down. That's the access to Secret, but they aren't going to actually head that direction. Instead, they're just trying to get a reaction from outside of rotation. Glaive's in position to capitalize on it if one were to occur. Interesting setup as well, because Dupree watches big garage with Magisk behind. The smoke's now gone. Glaive's got support if someone were to be up close. Nico being the closest, but he's down below should they go, and it's less and less likely they do. They're wrapping around onto main instead. Run boost, interesting. Olaf's not going to be spotted from it. They've actually failed it in the first attempt.
Oh, I like that.
It was a good run boost. They mistimed the flash, however.
Yeah.
Glaive landed blind, so if Olaf were out on the scaffolding on the catwalk, he might have been able to capitalize. Misses the shot to big garage, and that actually confirms they have outside.
Yeah, he had to hit that one. His AWP isn't looking as good as it has done the rest of this tournament. That was a big kill to pick up there. Still a 5-4. Lies in the favor of Astralis as they make their way towards upper by the looks of things. Olaf's actually dropped down at this point.
It's the first time I've seen anything falter in terms of execution from Astralis. A failed run boost and mistiming the flash, and still they can't take advantage of a team kill, however. So call it a 1-1. An even trade.
Oh, come on.
That would have been it. That would have given them ramp and at least pinched in.
How does
the
Olaf get up?
That's incredible, because they take ramp room. You'd presume they're going to go lower. The fact that they also had information from upper, you're right, they go back. It's the same as the last round, only in reverse. There's no way back up.
They're done. It's another round they have to save the AWP for the 4th time now. They're just getting locked out. Every time they try and rotate, they try and adapt to what's being presented to them. They're getting shut out, and it's just perfect calls from Astralis here.
Magisk is, well, okay, that way to ruin the point, man. Was -1 and 3, so only 3 deaths, and yet has 18 points on the scoreboard by planting the bomb so many times. He's back to 0 with that kill on Nico. That's his first in the game.
Oh, they know exactly where he is. They're going to certainly hunt this time. There it is. It's a clean sweep this time. Oh, this is just abysmal now if you're a FaZe fan. They will have money to buy, but it'll be a scrappy one. 4K on Nico, Rain with 3,500. They're losing the first pick consistently. They're trying to get aggressive and find those openings with the AWP. That hasn't worked out at all, but Olaf finds the weapon once again. Rain goes to the shotgun. Another timeout called at this stage, and Ziphex, oh, that's a gutsy one. We didn't see it from his POV. He got it straight through the smoke. Great shot from Dupree. Brokey was actually in an ideal position to get a couple of kills there. Didn't get one, but did force out the TK. But still, once the AWP was stuck in the vents and went back towards upper, it was actually Nico to force him up towards that position. Yes, indeed, the auto shotgun's out. The only map you'll see it on is Nuke. It can be powerful. Don't really see Rain use it too often, but we'll see what he can make of it. The rifle's not working out for him at all. So, what was Janka going to say at this point? 7-1 down in the CT side of Nuke, with Mages yet to frag as well. That's such a good point. He has found one kill.
Yeah. Just to be clear, don't be misled. He got the team kill. He's back to 0. He took down Nico, but yeah, this is objective Counter-Strike. That's how Astralis is winning this game. They aren't winning the kills.
It looked like such a good, promising smoke from Nico as well. When he's holding Secret, he Molotov them off. He dropped the smoke, but then it's like, right, let's just go towards upper. And Olofmeister had already been knocked off his perch from Heaven, so that's when it all went wrong.
To put it in perspective, you can almost measure the impact of individual kills in this game, because Astralis, they're not finding many, but they're finding the extremely important ones, and they have a plan on how to execute afterwards.
Yeah, you're dead on. No utility to speak of, really. Olofmeister trying to be active once again. That's all it killed. This time it connects. 5-on-4.
Just missed on Magisk as well with the wallbang attempt, but that a little better. Get the op and get aggressive. Shotgun for Rain, we know exactly what that means and where he would want to play. He's going to be on top of the hut. Rotations become difficult if it's outside of the vents. You can certainly get downstairs quick enough and still close distance, but once they're inside sights, once they're able to hold angles, that shotgun becomes less and less viable. Very slow reaction from Nico. Almost wondering if he was glancing at a radar.
There we go.
He gets one back. Bit of a sloppy spray, but he had the angle and the awareness. He'll take down Glaive.
Got to pick up this round. They got the opening pick. They still have the advantage here, but it's the lower bomb side, the thorn in their side once again. Brokey's having to watch ramp and lower at this point.
3 CT still upstairs.
Yeah.
This split radar gives you great perspective of that situation.
It's Glaive that's been in the bench so often, right? He's been taken down, but now if you see Olofmeister, it doesn't even want to go down there.
Yeah, that's a massive placebo effect because they aren't watching it, and they've rotated 3 back to ramp as a result, waiting for those 3 to strike in order to get down. And it's Olaf that will go, but he's got an AWP to go against Device, who has the same, and he's already taken him out of the equation.
Oh,
Look at the 3 go. Magisk Device, everyone's shutting out the round. Great hold, and you're right, Glaive knows that he's been in their head.
Yeah. Nightmare fuel for FaZe. He's been in there at that position, what, 3 times now, and Olaf didn't even want to enter the vents. They had no kits. They had to operate quickly, but no one's making the first move. No one's looking assertive at this point. They're getting opening kills, but then it all falls apart. As they go towards lower Device, this guarantees that shot. Olofmeister can do nothing. He needs to stop buying the orb. It's not working. Get the 5 rifles out. We know Olofmeister is very good with the rifle, but lost bonus only get you so far, unfortunately, on the CT side. They're going to have to take CZs and Deagles here at 8-1 deficit. You just hate to see this. But Nico, one of the world's best with the Desert Eagle. Can he find some form here? It's a lovely little grenade towards the T-Red. Brokey, he has been finding kills towards Rampa. No spray potential on that pistol. Takes 1 shot and down he goes. They're going with power and numbers here towards lower. If he gets 1 kill, he will be traded out, but can't even find that. Glaive just unstoppable at this point. Olofmeister, another 1 and done position. As soon as he takes down Zipex, if he does, every chance to be traded out, and it's just looking so clean for Astralis here. Another flawless round map, 9-1.
Yeah, and now it is kill totals because FaZe realized they have to get assertive and try and take some of these duels. Saving's only going to go so far, 9-1. T-side. What's the most one-sided scoreline series we've ever casted? We've casted some long, close affairs.
Yeah, we have.
Too many, and we've casted some 16-0s before, too. It's not like that's the first one we've ever seen.
But best of 3s normally, like, you get the 16-0 out of the way, and then the next map's really competitive. Like, okay, well, there we go. They might lose a 2-0,
or not
but
another blowout at the very least.
Yeah. This still has potential. They can still come back and get 10-5, right?
Yep. 100 Thieves conceded 7 rounds on their T side. Against the T side, on their CT side. In their match, and still came back to win it. Close game, that.
A double orb setup, considering the orbs had little to no impact at all, and they've been struggling to rotate towards lower. I think that's such a missed call. I guess nothing else is working. I want to see 5 rifles. Why are they relying so much on the AWP? Let's have a bit more agility. Let's have the M4s. We can actually rotate and actually strike on them when they go down towards lower. Double orb, like, yeah, it's viable on the CD side of Nuke, but when you've got momentum and it's actually looking good.
Sure, and it's a big expense otherwise. Just to note, it is the first time we've seen an op, or a player for that matter, inside of the secret position. Remember yesterday, Nico behind the smoke, the bait and switch maneuver that he got?
Yeah, that was great.
Where's more of that? Where's getting position and taking control? Nico this time's going to be spraying into the smoke, but he's a little bit early, and Olaf's going to be forced out by Flames any second, or at least I would have expected. They're going to walk straight into this. Device, clever, uses the smoke to get closer. But perhaps that Molotov was the better decision. That's why Device wanted it, though. He wanted the fast drop on the op, and Olaf is ready. He can't hit the first. They bait out the shot. He's forced further back, and he knows they're on his heels. He's still going to turn. Can't find it. No scope. Doesn't matter, Device. He hits it on the Deagle instead. And now the double op becomes questionable because the first one's already down. And Brokey's got to go inside of the back corner with his nearly got gifted one toward Toxic. You heard the door open. No counter peek as of yet from Control, but you're right. Once the angles became overwhelming, they knew where he was. Simple to take him down.
Well, look, they've got no one towards lower. This is the same problem again. And you had Brokey there, one of the most promising riflers in CSGO right now. He's on the AWP, down towards lower, just completely isolated, up against the Krieg at this point. Look at the damage that's inflicted there.
Smart.
May just peppers him, drops the flashbang, Device is watching the rear, and have they got kits? No, they haven't. It's another impossible round for FaZe. I don't like this call of the AWPs. Get rid of them. Let's get these rifles out. As they go for the retake still, they have to fall back map, and they don't pick up the orb. It's not working. Back they go. 10-1.
Just can't get anything going, and the double op in that situation especially, Give Brokey a rifle, you might give him a chance. Olaf as well, but I won't fault teams for putting an op in that position. That's
Absolutely.
a common spot for an op, so that one I can
just
pass.
in the context of what we've seen so far, and you're getting pulled around the map, and the rotations aren't working, you're not really winning your duels. Let's just get crossfires and bomb sites. Let's just get 3 towards upper, 1 watching outside, 1 ramp, and we'll drop if we have to. Like, this is just falling apart at the seams. They get the opening pit there from Olaf. Sure, I don't mind the 1-up at all, but the double orb setup is just not working for me. 10-1 after a 16-0. It's not the game we expected at all. This is built to be one of the games of the tournament. Upper rush coming through, decent incendiary, lots of damage inflicted, but no kills just yet. There it is now. We're off.
That's what they needed, though. That's going to help them close the round, or is it? Because they've already got a kill back in return, and they struggle to follow it up as well. Cold only gets 1, and then a flash comes through. Nico, he's got to be swift. He can't find more than 1 he had to. Down to Olaf. The damage was there, but not the kill. Olaf nearly caught with a knife in hand.
Well, they know exactly where he is now. How does he win this? No kid again, AWP.
Surely
even though they're low HP, it doesn't matter.
Surely he doesn't expect they've gone lower. He's spotted it. They've already gained uppers. Either way, he gives it a check. He'll go back around. Flame's already at the top of the ladder, and Glaive very smartly is going to try and come around, knowing that is most likely he heads that direction. And if he doesn't, Glaive will scoot up that ladder and have the post plant. Then no matter what, Astralis gets information from this. Glaive going this direction has the high grounds. Olaf didn't. They're going to pass each other. It's done.
Oh. Rough.
Olaf saving.
He has to. Again, can't even think about retake, even though they're even 1 HP. Glaive has spotted him. I don't think he'll get the kill, though. Olaf Meiser should be able to take him down. He knows he'll be hunting at this point, but that Olaf's been saved, what, 5 times now? And the bomb goes off. Feels like the 2-0 is written all over the wall here. They get maximum loss bonus again with the AWP save, but that's again FAMAS's, SMGs, maybe a couple of rifles, 3 timeouts in the first half once again. A non-starter for FaZe in the semi-final. What do you even say to Yanko here? Boys, tried our best, not our day. I'd be saying let's get the rifles out. Let's go 2 rifles outside. Let's get aggressive with Nico. Brokey hold ramp. Molotov towards upper at the start, deny the rush. Try and be a bit more brawly. Right now just rolling over. MP9 comes out for Rain. FAMAS for coldzera. Brokey will have the M4. But still, no one really fragging. Astralis with the perfect game so far. This is tournament winning form.
It certainly is. 100 Thieves. Better be watching attentively. Likeliness in a best of 5 that Nuke will be in there. Vertigo perhaps is the ban. It might sneak through. That's a touchdown. Remember what I said about these smokes?
Yep.
Far too predictable. Glaive clearly saw that yesterday. He knows what Nico... Molotov naded and spammed. Yeah, you're not going to play there today, Nico. It's not going to happen.
You're dead on. Well, spotted. Oh, luckily Device doesn't connect. That's the first time I think he's missed so far, but 2 kills come out of nowhere. It's a 4 versus 2, and they know Olaf Meiser is towards outside. Brokey has been the only shining beacon here for FaZe. He has been strong towards ramp, but now they know where Olaf is, they know where Brokey is. Presumably, let's go towards upper and plant, but the bomb is down. Oh, missed shot from Olaf. Like, this isn't working out for him. And that's another clean round. That was a forced buy, essentially, with the saved AWP. Technically, they have to take a partial buy here with the CZs, and at this stage, in 12-1 down, you need these last 2 rounds. You pretty much have to buy. You can't let this one slip by.
Just to go back to the touch, I mean, now it's kind of come around, and Astralis are leading the way with kills. You've got 11 for Xyp9x, 11 for Glaive, 10 for Device. Olaf sits on 7, Nico. Point is, it's not as one-sided as it was in favor of FaZe in terms of kills, but it's the utility that makes a big difference as well.
Yes.
We talked about impact kills, but enemies flashed. 2 players on Astralis, Xyp9x and Glaive have 10. The highest for Olaf, the highest for FaZe is Olaf at 7, and Cold hasn't had anyone flashed all game. So, yeah, utility usage is a huge part of why Astralis is being so good.
Well, here's the kill for Xyp9x. They got the opening frag on the FaZe side, but MP9's now to potentially retake towards lower once again. Nico's already been removed. Should be a kill here for Xyp9x. Actually, coldzera coming out on top. Device now Scrambling towards his teammates. Rain's got towards despawn, but doesn't have the range to really challenge that kill. They're going to be planting towards lower by the looks of things here. Mages with the bomb confirms it's clear. Molotov towards the ramp just to make sure it goes down safely. Goldzera coming in from the ramp. Device up against his MP9s. This time it's looking good for FaZe. Can they get this round? It's much needed at this point, but Glaive holding strong once again. 3-on-2 now. No kits available. That's been a real worrying state of affairs for FaZe. Every time they get in a promising position to retake, they just don't have the defuse kits or the utility to even start the defuse here. Mages just unrelenting with this Krieg. Finally goes down. Glaive left in a 2 versus 1, but he knows exactly where Brokey is. If he gets this kill, it's round over.
Good nade, but Glaive's gonna actually sit inside of that. The residue nearly caught his aim off, but they knew exactly where it was. Cold, he'll come around and get the trade. You're right though, it's the kit. He's out, he's gone, and they've got another round, 13-1.
Closest they've already been, and again, doesn't matter. Finance is not really an issue here for Astralis. Everyone, well, almost everyone's in 5 digits.
Let me think on this. I want to say, certainly the pistol, that round, maybe 1, if not 2 more. That kits were the problem in the end.
Yes.
I think it's been 3 for sure.
Yes.
It might be 4 even.
That was their partial buy, so it's understandable, but still, it's just going to be so frustrating for you. Yes, the rounds were getting close on, just not even getting close to the defuse, and they've gone for a double AWP setup again. Something that hasn't looked promising for them, to be fair, nothing has. But every gun round they've had an AWP. I feel like that is something they've got to look at in the future. Nico, same approach, sitting in the smoke.
Slightly different though, because he goes forward of the box, and it's not a wide smoke, so they were already pre-committed to going outside, and Nico actually gets the position. Now you can see how the play is meant to unfold. So Astralis got caught off that time by it. Slight variation, and now Brokey just gonna try and hold out the ramp. Good find, drops down. Magista last alive, 1-on-5, and he's dropped. That's the most convincing round from FaZe all series so far, and it's only their 2nd round of it.
Well, there we have it. It's 13-2. Only a couple of rounds found for FaZe on their CT side, but it's better than absolute nothing that they found on Dust 2. Can they win the pistol? You have to find out after this break.
It's better, but not by much for FaZe. It's not 15-0, but it is 13-2 in favor of Astralis. And that was on the attacking side.
Just to give you context here, it was only a week ago where FaZe hoisted the trophy. They actually took down Astralis in that run 16-2 on Inferno. What a difference a week makes, apparently. Now we find ourselves after a 16-0 on Dust 2. They're now 13-2 up as they switch over to their CT side. Glaive's enjoying himself as we get into this one. And again, FaZe, they just have to win this to even stand a chance of making this one competitive, not even to win it.
First time in China for Astralis, worth noting.
Yes.
Our defending champions, it was Energy, so we don't technically have one, but it was the core that was EG are already out. So just to note, we'll have a new IEM China, Beijing this time rather than Shanghai, champion.
Well, off we go then.
Dupree inside of the main doorway. His teammate already dropping down the vents behind him. Glaive will watch the lower guard. Magisk, he from Rafters covers off the main door. That lets Dupree look back towards Squeaky. First shot for him, successful, and they'll shut the door in Broky's face. Yes, after you, no, after me. After Dupree, Brocky down with a shot to the dome as Nico heal him back, but they continue to fall shy.
I love it. Well, that's the piss around confirmed. They can't even get through the squeaky door. Oh no, not like that. At least let them leave with some dignity here. Glaive just locking the door, slamming it in their face. You're not going to let them through. Oh, that's great stuff.
Go to your room. No, yes, no, yes. Go to your room. Stay there.
Oh, that's got to be it now, unfortunately. 14-2. They have to force buy in that second round. Deagles and Scouts, difficult to make this work on Nuke, but very easy for Dupree in the pistol round. He's just given, so much space here. Nails the shots. Nico got one. That's about all the promising news I can give you. If you're a FaZe fan, they need this for the nice series point in our semi-final here. Who would have thought, after their performance at Blast, that this would be the team that turns up to the stage?
It's not just Olaf this time, okay? He's doing it on purpose. Maybe he wants to try and redeem them. Glaive is already outside on the stairs, catches off cold, but not before he found Device. That's why he had the information and the goal to peek. So the force naturally comes out from FaZe. What other choice do they have? Fastest semi-final in IEM history? I don't know if I could say that with confidence, but it's definitely a candidate.
It's up there. Oh, well then, what can they do with this? A couple of smokes, flashbang, but 2 Deagles and a Scout. If they had significant weapons here, maybe recovered a rifle, you'd say there's a chance, but I guess with Zipex with the MP9, he might not be able to get both of these kills. Brokey, very good with the pistol. Makes his way in. There we go, nice shot. Still a lot of work to do here, but they have got time to work with. There we go, dry fire.
The blue plate special. And Olaf's going to pursue with confidence into the next kill, but Glaive has the rifle and is ready. Dupree, the only teammate he has, is standing right behind him, but through the door, he's tagged. Dupree gone, Glaive weakened. Has 3, needs a 4th. Rain's going to actually back off smartly so and head toward upper, but as we saw, Glaive is 1 step ahead. He's already inside of the vents. He knows as well that it's likely he'll go toward the heaven position. How smart, how perfect. Knows that he's done damage. Oh, I thought he was going to miss the pallet when he dropped down. Doesn't even matter. Glaive's just toying with him.
Oh, if he'd have created there, my God. There's been some awkward moments here for FaZe, but that would have been the cherry on the cake there. But either way, it's going to be 15-2. Astralis need 1 round to make their way towards the grand final here against 100 feet. I think that's at this point. Has to be the force buy from FaZe, of course, and now need 13 rounds in a row just to take us to overtime on the T side of Nuke. It was a jumping shot, completely midair. Even with that luck, it doesn't work out.
Conversation mid-round, by the way, was Olaf, WTF. Magisk, damn, bro. Olaf, haha. Magisk, I was screaming, Olaf, same, bro. Even they couldn't believe it.
Well, the first pick comes in. Could be our final round to this semi-final. Has lasted about 35 minutes, but I think we'll see if Dupree can close things out right here, right now. 5 versus 3 looks to be the case. Maybe a little bit too aggressive on Device, but they've got a massive advantage here. And Brokey again with the Deagle. He's done well individually, but that's not quite enough.
Device is going to open up his angle outside, play off the small garage. Careful of that shoulder. Chad would say that's a right-eyed peek. He's got no problem with it, but Cold's going to trade out the kill against Nico either way. Brokey has picked up a shotgun.
Something.
That's basically what I was looking for too, something.
All right then, 50 seconds. Cold 0 at 39 HP. I think everyone's starting to pack up the peripherals at this point. The crowd is starting to leave. It looks like we might be coming to our logical conclusion here. It's the penultimate frag. Here it comes, 16-0. Evolves to 16-2. Broky is looking for a consolation frag here. Not going to happen. And what a dominating performance that is. One of the world's best. It's Astralis. A statement performance there, Matt.
Yeah, and a team that has won a Grand Slam, they don't have a victory in this cycle. Well, they're on the way to one potentially now. 100 Thieves awaits them tomorrow, a best of 5. But as much as that's a storyline, FaZe not being here is another, because as you said, they won in Denmark a week ago. They've looked solid in this event. They took down what is the #1 ranked team in EG to get here, and that was an excellent game. Today, they just were not on this stage.
Well, Astralis are yet to drop a single map at this tournament. That's a 6-0 run for them now. If they keep that up, God help 100 Thieves, because that looked pretty unstoppable to me.